Today, we're diving into the crucial topic of reclaiming your identity after growing up with a narcissistic mother. If you've ever felt like you've lost touch with your authentic self or struggled to express your true desires, this episode is for you. Developing a false self is a common coping mechanism for daughters of narcissistic mothers. If you've ever felt like you were living someone else's life or wondered who you truly are beneath the mask, know that you are not alone. As a certified Christian neuro coach and a survivor of narcissistic upbringing, I'll share insights into the false self and provide practical strategies for rediscovering and embracing your authentic identity. By the end of this episode, you'll have a roadmap for self-discovery, boundary setting, and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals who encourage your true self to shine. Skipping this episode might mean you risk remaining disconnected from your authentic identity, living a life that doesn't align with your true desires, and missing out on the opportunity to create a more fulfilling, genuine existence.
Hi, I'm Christy Murray, and I'm on a mission to help women that were raised by narcissistic mothers heal and grow. As a certified neuro coach specializing in narcissistic abuse recovery and a survivor of covert narcissistic upbringing, I'm sharing the tools and support you need to thrive and break the generational cycle of narcissistic abuse.
Welcome back to the Maternal Narcissism Unmasked, the podcast dedicated to helping you heal from the hidden wounds of narcissistic motherhood. In today's episode, we'll be exploring the concept of the false self and discussing strategies for reclaiming your authentic identity after growing up with a narcissistic mother. We'll dive into the importance of self-discovery, boundary setting, and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals on your journey to embracing your true self. First, let's talk about what the false self is and how it develops in children of narcissistic mothers. The false self is a protective facade that you may have created in childhood to cope with your mother's unrealistic expectations, conditional love, and lack of empathy. It's a version of yourself that suppresses your authentic needs, desires, and emotions in order to gain approval and avoid rejection or punishment from your mother. For example, if your mother only praised you when you excelled academically, you might have developed a false self that prioritized achievement over your own passions or well-being. If your mother was emotionally volatile, you might have learned to suppress your own feelings and become a people pleaser to keep the peace. The problem with the false self is that it disconnects you from your true identity and can lead to feelings of emptiness, anxiety, and a lack of fulfillment in adulthood. You might find yourself constantly seeking external validation, struggling to make decisions that align with your own values, or feeling like you don't really know who you are. Because growing up, you have just been conditioned to make your decisions or actions to appease people, namely your mother. Now, let's talk strategy to overcome this. So how can you begin to shed the false self and reclaim your authentic identity? One key strategy is self-discovery. Take time to explore your own values, your passions, and your preferences without the influence of your mother's expectations. Ask yourself questions like, what brings me joy? What do I believe in? And what kind of life do I want to create for myself? Really digging deep into these things will help you find your true identity, not who you are told to be. Another important step is setting boundaries with your narcissistic mother. This means learning to say no to her demands, her expectations and manipulations, and prioritizing your own needs and well-being. I know it's not easy, but it is essential for creating the space and safety to explore and express your true self. Just do it assertively while keeping your calm and composure. I'd actually like to invite you to get on our waitlist for a Boundaries and Communications Masterclass. This is going to be an empowering and transformative session where you will come out with tools you need for setting effective boundaries that preserves your well-being without all the guilt and shame you're conditioned to feel. Another strategy is by surrounding yourself with supportive individuals who encourage and accept your authentic self is also crucial. Seek out friends, partners, and mentors who value your unique qualities, respect your boundaries, and create a safe space for you to be vulnerable and real. Consider working with a therapist or neuro coach who specializes in narcissistic abuse recovery and can guide you through the process of reclaiming your own identity. I really want to emphasize how important self-discovery is in this process. When you've grown up with a narcissistic mother, you may have learned to ignore or suppress your own needs, your desires, and your emotions. You may not even know what you really like, what you really want, or how you really feel. That's why taking the time to explore and getting to know yourself is crucial. Try new things. Pay attention to what lights you up or what drains you, and practice listening to your own inner voice. It's a process of peeling back the layers of the false self and uncovering the authentic you that has been there all along, just afraid to come out. Reclaiming your authentic identity after growing up with a narcissistic mother is a brave but very important journey, and it takes time, patience, and a commitment to self-discovery and boundary setting. But as you begin to shed the false self and embrace your true self, you'll find a sense of freedom. You'll find joy and purpose that you may have never known before. Remember, your authentic self is not selfish or wrong. It's the truth of who you are, and it deserves to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Keep exploring, keep setting boundaries, and keep surrounding yourself with people who support and accept the real you. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Maternal Narcissism Unmasked. If you found this information helpful, please share it with someone who might be on their own journey of reclaiming their authentic identity. Until next time, keep peeling back the layers, embracing your true self, and walking your path of healing and self-discovery. In this episode, we've explored the concept of the false self and the importance of reclaiming your authentic identity after growing up with a narcissistic mother. But how can you apply these insights to your own healing journey? Many daughters of narcissistic mothers struggle with understanding and embracing their true self and need guidance to break free from the false self and rediscover their authentic identity. That's why I've created the Healing Maternal Wounds Quiz. This quiz is designed to help you assess your current connection to your authentic self and provide personalized recommendations for self-discovery and embracing your true identity. By taking this quiz, you'll gain a deeper understanding of the false self and receive a customized action plan with practical strategies for rediscovering your authentic identity, setting boundaries, and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals. Don't let the false self continue to control your life. Take the first step towards reclaiming your true identity today. To get started, simply click on the link in the show notes and take the Heal Maternal Wounds Quiz. It only takes a few minutes, and you'll be on your way to a more authentic, fulfilling life. If you've been with us for a while, you are likely familiar that at the end of each episode, we talk about an inspiring story, a juicy bonus strategy, or an answer to a question. Today, we are answering a question. One question I often hear is, how can I tell the difference between my authentic self and the false self I've developed to cope with my narcissistic mother? One way to start is by paying attention to your gut reactions. You know when people say, listen to your gut? Some people feel it in their stomach. Some people feel it on the base of their neck or their shoulders. But when you're making a decision or expressing yourself, does it feel true to who you are? Or do you feel a sense of discomfort or misalignment? Your intuition is a very powerful tool. Until next time, bye now. Before we go, I want to remind you to check out the valuable resources we've compiled for you in the show notes, designed to support you on your healing journey. If you found this episode helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to the podcast and leave a rating or review, as it helps us reach more daughters who need to hear these important messages. We also invite you to share your own experiences, insights, and questions with us by emailing the show, as we believe that by coming together and sharing our stories, we can create a powerful community of healing and validation for all daughters of narcissistic mothers. Thank you for tuning in to Maternal Narcissism Unmasked, how daughters can heal and thrive. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and with each step, you are reclaiming your power and breaking free from the chains of narcissistic abuse.